Thank you, Excellency Tajuddin Johagoga. I am calling now upon Her Excellency Yadira Gómez, Minister for Tourism of Honduras. Madam.
Señor Presidente de la Asamblea.
Mr. President of the General Assembly, Mr. Abdullah Shahid, the Secretary of World Tourism Organization, Mr. Surab Poloniaski, Madam Amina Mohammed, Deputy Secretary General, the United Nations, ladies and gentlemen, Ministers of Tourism, high-level officials of the United Nations, members of the diplomatic missions to the United Nations, and friend countries, colleagues. I'd like to share our goals and objectives with you and how Honduras envisions sustainable development attached to the objectives as we are and as is our President Castro. I should tell you that in these first 3 months of our administration, we have had meetings with 38 different ethnic groups between Lencas, Mayas, Chortís, and with all of them, we have shared our desire that they participate and showcase their ancestral cultural wealth. We have also been working with Afro-descendants, the Garifuna people, and communities from Triunfo de la Cruz and the town of Miami to include them in our tourist activity because we are convinced that they will contribute a great deal of indigenous wealth to our industry and be a source of pride for our country. We have visited many regions that we would like to show as new destinations and thereby strengthen our tourism-based economy. Honduras has valleys, mountains, lakes, rivers, thermal waters, a great deal of variety of flora and fauna and birds. And we are emphasizing strengthening agrotourism as well, including farmers, especially those that grow coffee and tobacco, and using the Mexican model, we are using the model of the tequila route to apply the process used by organizations that manage destinations and the routes for coffee and tobacco. We also have the archaeological site called Copan, which is one of the 3 main cities of the Mayan people during the classical period. A park of over 81 apples, and where we have rescued the cultural center and the government center from this ancient Mayan site with temples and the dynasty of 16 Copan governing bodies. We're also convinced that through the goals we will be able to achieve tourism which is more inclusive with greater participation of women and young people and broader participation of the private sector and local government, national, and communities. Our government's convinced that tourism that is sustainable is a key factor for development while taking into account our care and preservation of the planet. For Honduras, there's a great variety of people dedicated to the production of different artisanal products, such as chocolates, textiles, and so forth. And tourists are very happy to purchase them. We're working with private business, which is committed to development and to developing our tourism, working with the Tourism Chamber. We'd like to share that Honduras today, along with the first woman president, is an example of women's participation in the industry and in development and prosperity of our nation. We'd like to express to you that Honduras is now in the process of creating an image of a country that is fighting corruption, drug trafficking, impunity, a country that is debating how to have a Honduras with dignity, prosperity, and social justice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.